So we touched on this a little bit in the beginning of the podcast, but I want to make sure that we highlight for the listener who's heard this on my podcast and hopefully has listened to your podcast, which in case you didn't mention is called Tangentially Speaking. People should definitely check out Chris's podcast. It's excellent. This massive change in the way that humans were living as hunter-gatherers to the way we started living with agriculture. And as I've spoken about in my book, there were massive changes in human health. But you make this amazing case in Civilized to Death that so many things, you touched on this a little bit earlier, most infectious disease, chronic disease, violence, the loss of egalitarianism, unequal treatment of women, property ownership, wars, violence. It sounds like this all really began with the advent of agriculture, and we're never really told that. Like, wait a minute, it's crazy to think that could be the case.
Yeah, because of the narrative that everything that came before the state was evil, right? The Hobbesian narrative. It's amazing. He wrote Leviathan, Hobbes did, in 1651, I think. And this one line from that book remains one of the most well-known phrases in the English language. 4.5 centuries later, life before the state was solitary, poor, nasty, brutish, and short, right? Everyone's heard that. And it's false on every count. In fact, life after the state has been much more solitary, poor, nasty, brutish, and short. It's the evils, many of the evils of human life. By evil, I mean the difficulties, the challenges, the burdens, the diseases entered our existence with agriculture. So hierarchical state systems where, a king or some very wealthy people can tell everyone else what to do, that didn't exist until the state. Hunter-gatherers are referred to by anthropologists as fiercely egalitarian. So they're not only egalitarian, they defend that egalitarianism fiercely. They get very angry if somebody tries to tell them what to do. There is no coercive leverage in hunter-gatherer societies because everyone knows how to find food, knows how to build shelter. So there's no way to cut them off from the source of life. The way there is with us, you just stop the flow of money and suddenly you've got no life, In hunter-gatherer societies, they're surrounded by what they need, so you can't cut them off from it.